Underground radio.
What does it mean to be underground? It means you gotta be free to be underground. Yo, you got your own key when you're underground. If you're listening to me, yo, you underground.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Connected with Cari here on JessTV, JessFM, the Underground Radio C platform. As always, we are live through the ROKU TV station 101. So you go to ROKU TV, download the app 101, and just simply look for JessTV and download that, and then you can watch us live. Right on your Roku TV, nice big screen TV instead of like your handheld phones or your computers. This is wonderful because JessTV also offers full movies through the week. So you can go and check out their movies, see what's going on, and the other creators and other radio hosts and producers that go on with their shows through the week as well. So tonight, I'm very honored and very pleased to welcome kind of I wouldn't say childhood hero, but in a way, he may have been your childhood hero. And you may have seen him on the big screen as well, but the silver screen, usually at the Cineplex pre-show, if you will. You may know him from, if you're a little older, the Costco connection. Believe it or not, he is there in your glossy pages. You can flip through that and you'll see him there. Where else? He's been in a lot of places, but I'll tell you what, without further ado, the most amazing, wonderful tech guru of, I don't know, the world of Canada. I don't know what we call him, but welcome to the show, Mr. Marc Saltzman.
Wow.
Welcome
to
the show.
Cari.
Well, hold on.
Thank you so much, Cari. Wow, my head is already sizable. But with that introduction, it's even more so. Thank you so much for the lovely intro, and thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited to chat with you.
You're very welcome. Can you actually, before we do get started, if you just want to give a quick little intro to, I gave a little bit, but maybe just another 30 seconds of who you are, and then we'll get into our cool show tonight, talking about tech gifts for dads and grads, because Father's Day is tomorrow and graduation, some are happening now and some are coming up. So we'll get into that. But first, a quick intro would be wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for that. So for the past 32 years, I've been a freelance journalist covering tech primarily. So I write for several publications in Canada and in the US. And my approach to tech is what I call breaking down geek speak into street speak. So not necessarily preaching to the choir, if you will, but just trying to help everybody understand technology to help them make more educated decisions, understand what they've already got. In plain English, that's kind of been my thing. So no surprise then that I also write those dummies books. I've written 3 of the dummy books. The last one, or most successful one, I would say, is Apple Watch for Dummies. And so again, something that you may want to gift, your mom or your grandparents, because it's of all the fall detection and health metrics that it captures. So a book to go along with it to help you better embrace the technology is what I'm hoping people are doing, and it's doing well. 23 different languages around the world. And I have a radio show and podcast in Canada. My radio show is called Tech Talk. It's on 12 stations and on iHeartRadio. And in the US, my show is called Tech It Out. Same idea, 1-hour show, very guest heavy to talk about the latest in tech. And it's a podcast as well. And then finally, I do, lots of TV work. That Cineplex gig, thanks for plugging that. That was a lot of fun. That was a good 11-year run. It did end with COVID. There's no more pre-show. But a lot of Canadians recognize me as the guy at the movies talking about tech before the movie starts. And, so I don't do that anymore, but I do a lot of TV stuff. So it's been a really fun ride. I pinch myself still all these decades later that I get to do what I love. This is my passion. And to be able to turn it into a career has been amazing. So thank you so much again for having me on the show.
Oh, you're so welcome. I think I was, like I said, every childhood sort of dream to, see the techie stuff on TV and play around with it and do the things, but to be able to talk to somebody that was, like I said, one of your, the people that you look up to in the world, and you're like, oh, it's so cool. And what a cool job, really, like just to be able to go on and, so I'm trying to work my way up, but
I won't argue. Well, yeah, keep doing what you're doing because you're crushing it. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's a really fun job getting to play around with all this tech. I get to keep a lot of it, which is a nice perk, and travel around the world, to see companies and go to conventions and sporting events and things like that. Because as a journalist, it's not unusual to be invited to these kinds of things. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm so glad I fell into this because that's really what happened. I had no plans I didn't go to school for journalism. I didn't study tech at university or college either. I took psychology at U of T. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was in a band. I was a rocker.
Wow.
I was a drummer of a hard rock heavy metal band, and I fell into video game reviews. And then
goodness.
I was able to parlay
We're
that.
doing the wrong interview. We should be doing the music stuff.
Well, next time I'll bring back my mullet that I had and my bad goatee and big silver hoop earring. And yeah, next time.
Okay, start growing your hair now, and then when your mullet ready, then we'll have you back.
All right, which they are back. Let's face it, mullets are back. But yeah, mine would not look good today that I was rocking in the 90s, in the early 90s. Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, not today. Not by today's standards.
Well, we'll leave the mullet in the background.
Either, but I didn't know any different. What can I say?
You never know. So we'll see. So let's get into the most coolest gadgets for dads and grads, because like I said, tomorrow is Father's Day. And what a better way to be able to celebrate is to be able to give them something cool and fun to be able to play with. And oftentimes I think the kids get a hold of them. So what happens when it comes to gifts, we'll say hands off, all that good stuff. So first of all, let's start off with the portable technology. So we're talking like handheld stuff, right? Handheld devices, handheld game systems, things like that, right?
Well, if the dad you're shopping for grew up with Super Mario, and chances are he did, then he may want a bit of a retro kick in his hands. Right. Yeah. So I am referring to the Nintendo Switch 2. And there's a new bundle where you get a game of your choice. It's called the Nintendo Switch 2 Choose Your Game Bundle. And I think this is great for both dads and grads, because not only do you get the handheld device that lets you play at home or on the go, you can play on its screen, or you can dock it and play it on your big screen TV, but you also get a download code for a digital version of one select game, either Pokemon Pokopia, Mario Kart World, or my favorite, Donkey Kong Bonanza. All three of those games are great. And but yeah, you get to choose which one. So a lot of value there because it's a software and hardware bundle. And speaking of value, remember that if dad already has, or the grad that you're buying for, if they already have a Nintendo Switch, then most of those games can be played on the Nintendo Switch too. So you're not starting your library from scratch. It's got that built-in, backward compatibility. So there's a lot of value there. Not to mention there's a, Nintendo store where you can download digital versions of less expensive games as well. And there's so much to play, a lot of variety, including those retro classics.
Oh my goodness. I love when you can interchange like the old school games into the new devices, because like some of us love the original Mario Kart or the original Donkey Kong. And it brings back some retro memories, and you're like, oh, I just want to play that game. And a lot of times, no, you have to have the newest game with the newest device. So this is absolutely super cool. Okay, let's talk about the next one.
Yeah, so speaking of portability, but a bit more on the productivity side, I'd say, is this SanDisk Extreme Fit USB-C flash drive. So this is a teeny tiny little USB-C drive that you would plug into your laptop or other USB device like a phone or a tablet, and you keep it plugged in there all the time. So in a laptop, for example, you can expand the storage up to 1 terabyte. That's 1,000 gigabytes. You don't have to pay for cloud access, You have that plugged into your laptop all the time, and it's fast. So you can transfer, store, and access photos and videos and documents and other files up to 400 megabits per second. So really fast to have that plugged in all the time. It's super convenient because it's so small. It just fits flush in the laptop. And again, because it is USB-C, which is now more or less a universal format, you can then plug it into other devices to transfer files between desktop PCs and smartphones, be it iPhone or Android or tablets and iPads, all have that same connector type. And yeah, SanDisk is also super reliable. So it's not just about the size that's small, but it's big in capacity, up to a terabyte, and big in speed as well. So no trade-offs. SanDisk.com has more. Prices start at $37.99 for 64 gigs, but then it goes all the way up to a couple of hundred, for the 1 terabyte,
because,
which is a lot less expensive than buying a new laptop. Sorry.
Right, because these guys are... They're
big.
cute, they're portable as well, but I mean, you can't just plug it in the side like that and
just leave
tuck it away and whatever. Like these guys plug in, there's cords and whatever. So a nice little thing that you just pop in. Wonderful. And you said they go into phones too?
Yeah. So SanDisk, the same company, makes drives for iPhone. So instead of paying for more iCloud, which they kind of get you then because you have to pay every month, right? Or else you lose access to your files. You can snap these drives into the bottom of your iPhone, so long as it's got USB-C. There are ones for Lightning if it's a slightly older device, but you plug it in and it automatically opens the SanDisk app, and then you can back up all your photos and videos. It'll do it for you, so that if you lose your iPhone, heaven forbid, you've got everything backed up to that drive. And then or pull it out of the iPhone and then plug the other end into a laptop or a desktop. Some of them have dual drives. One on one side is USB-C, the other one is USB-A, which is that larger sort of legacy drive that a lot of laptops and desktops still have. So yeah, SanDisk has those solutions too.
I love that. I absolutely love it, because for me, I know when I just do like a quick holiday or something, I'm like taking 2,000 pictures.
Of course.
I'm horrible.
You're not alone.
You know, and so it'd be wonderful to take that on holiday, pop it in, download them, and you don't have to worry about it losing your phone in another country or something. So amazing. Okay. So that's handheld, portable, fun stuff. And of course, we all love storage. We all love games. We all love that stuff. So mostly dads, I know, are huge into, you know, their home ownership. They just, they take pride in their homes and they have fun with things there. And sometimes even like man caves and all that good fun stuff. So let's talk about the next thing, which is I looked at it and I was like, I want one of these for my studio. But
yeah,
super
I know what you're
cool.
I know you're referring to, and I agree. They are perfect for a home studio, a gym, a garage, a workshop, or a man cave for dad. And what we're referring to here is the Enbrighten Ultra Bright Hex lights. So these are hexagonal shaped light fixtures for the ceiling of your garage or wherever you want to place it. And it's modular. You can add on to them, but you get 24 of these light bars in the box and the connectors to create those fun designs on your studio, on the top of your studio or on the top of your garage, and really bright, up to 24,000 lumens. That is, like, the higher the number, the brighter it is. It's a measurement of light, a lumen or an L, and is 24,000, which is amazing. And then you can add even like 50 other light bars to it. But I love that hexagonal, sort of beehive shaped design that you can create and put on top of your ceiling. Again, I'm going to put it on top of my garage. They're only $119, by the way, which is great at Costco. Costco. Yeah. These are great for those. So I just got this kit from Enbrighten that I'm going to deck out. But there's videos you can see on YouTube if you just do a search for Enbrighten. That's a great pick, I think, for dad. Another great smart home device for someone who is proud of their home and they want it to look nice is the EcoVax WinBot W3 Omni. This is a window washing robot. And it's from EcoVax. As I mentioned, they're the #1 robotic window cleaner brand in the world. So this is, as the name suggests, it suctions to your glass outside of your home. So great hands-free cleaning, safer also than going on a ladder for large, tall windows, sliding doors, high-rise condos, and other hard-to-reach areas. there's an Omni base station that stays on the ground, and it's tethered to the robot that suctions to the glass. And then it even cleans edges, by the way, really well, gets right into the corners, streak free. And then this Omni station that stays on the ground actually washes the pads for you. So you don't even have to, get your hands dirty. The device, the WinBot W3 Omni, will descend down the window, and it'll end up, by the Omni station. You place it in and it cleans it. And it's a great device. And it's on sale this time of year through Amazon Prime Day, which is still on for, 4 days. Actually, it starts on the 23rd, I believe, next week. So
26, something like that. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. I have a question about that.
Sure.
Because I don't know, how does it stick?
I was just going to say that the number one question I always get is, how does it stay on the glass? It's got really strong suction power. So that's it. Yeah, I can't remember what PA, that's a measurement of suction, it has. Right. It's very high. I want to say 14,000 or something. But it suctions to the glass, and then it autonomously cleans. It goes up, tall windows. Again, it hugs the corners, the edges, because the other companies' models that have this, they don't get into the corners very well. It's kind of like a Roomba for your floor, or something like a floor vacuuming robot that doesn't get into the corners well. This handles it really well. Again, that's why Ecovacs is the #1 window washing brand on the planet. So it's normally $8.99, but it's down a few $100s off for Amazon Prime Day at Amazon.ca. It's also, by the way, ideal for inside your home. You can clean the inside of your glass naturally, or even like shower doors. If you have tall, transparent shower doors, then that's the same idea. Well, actually, they can even be opaque. It doesn't matter. It's glass that it suctions to. Yeah, so it's a very practical purchase for the dad in your life.
That's so cool. Yeah, to be able to have that in your home, because I'm sure the original model may have been made for commercial use.
Yeah,
and
fair.
then they switch it over into a residential type of robot, if you will.
That's often what happens, in tech. It starts off either for commercial use or for military use, and then it trickles down to consumers, to residents. Yeah.
Yeah, so they use them for like all the bomber planes. They stick them on there and clean them. The tank windows. Okay, this is good.
Maybe not the window washing robots or tech. I know you're joking, but like GPS that we use in our cars, and phones to navigate, like that all started with those like declassified military tech from the 90s.
Right, totally.
So, yeah, no, for sure.
Totally cool. Okay, we have, as you know, the World Cup going on.
Oh, what's that? It's a little bit of FIFA fever.
FIFA fever.
Yeah.
And of course, we just ended Stanley Cup playoffs, and we also ended the NBA playoffs, all these things. But, sometimes when we want to watch these, it's even better on like the latest and greatest technology. Wouldn't you agree?
Right. Well, unless you want to take out a second mortgage on your home to go to a game in person.
Oh my goodness.
Watch parties are happening all around the world, Canada included, where we're watching FIFA World Cup matches, or as you mentioned, other sporting events. And a new TV, it may be time, because as you know, the technology evolves every couple of years, and it gets better and better and brighter and more colorful. So Samsung has a new line of what they call micro RGB TVs. RGB is actually a technology that is becoming very popular in the TV space. Instead of a white or blue pixel or dot that makes up the light source for the panel with color in front of it, like a filter, each pixel itself is red, green, or blue at the source. And what that means in plain English is that the colors are super vibrant, very rich, and very bright. Everything just pops on these micro RGB TVs. And Samsung has sizes from 55 inches all the way up to 115 inches, wall size and budget permitting, of course. So these are TVs powered by what's called Samsung Vision AI. Again, breathing life, especially into sports. You want wide viewing angles, you want lots of color, and you want to see all the jerseys from all the teams as they look in real life, what the human eye sees. And with smooth motion is important for fast sports, as well as video games and action movies, of course. So all of these elements have to come together. Yeah, so these are smart TVs as well with Samsung Tizen. And, so you can stream your content, for example, as well as watching your favorite sport and all that. So yeah, Samsung micro RGB TVs are new to Canada. And you gotta, if you can, see them with your eyes. Like if you can go to a big box store like a Best Buy and take a look at the TV. Yeah, I think Costco has them. I'm not sure. Best Buy for sure does.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to see it online and to appreciate the richness of the color. But yeah, Samsung micro RGB, they started under $2,000 for the 55-inch model. For new technology, that's not unusual. I know prices overall have really dropped for TVs, right? Again, and then it goes obviously all the way up to the 115 inches. So, be prepared for that one. But yeah, very cool technology. Yeah, right. But a TV is something, it's something that you purchase every maybe 10 years, it's definitely, and of course they're 4K TVs and all the other bells and whistles you would imagine, like I mentioned, like smart features and all that.
Right. Well, I look at technology, especially TVs, computers, and all those, they are quite the investment that you do want to make, because then they, like you said, they will last 10 years or so. Computers, sometimes maybe a little less, but it keeps you up to date, what you're doing and everything. And also great viewing parties. I mean, you can't go wrong there, right?
Even on that 55, you're spending less on the TV that will last you 10 years than you are on one ticket to one of these games, right? So, I mean, if you can justify it. But yeah, no, look, obviously there's something for all tastes and budgets. Samsung has other TVs that are not micro RGB that are, $500. So it really depends. If you want the latest and greatest, I'm encouraging the fans of your show to check it out in person, because they will be sold on RGB for sure.
Wow, those are so cool. I couldn't imagine and then do they make, because one of my friends was asking me about, we were talking about TVs, ironically enough, and she was like, yeah, it'd be fun to take the TV outside and watch. Oh, it was my hairdresser. We were talking about Coachella. And she was like, oh, we took our TV outside to watch Coachella. And I said, they make TVs for outside, like garden ones like that. So that would be cool if you could do that with that TV. But yeah.
You can't. Sorry to cut you off, Carrie.
No, because you're going to say, go ahead.
So speaking of Samsung, they do have a line of outdoor TVs called the Terrace. And they do have TVs that are designed for the outside, which are, they're pretty much three things. One is that they're super bright. They have to be. Even if you're watching them in shade, they're going to be really bright. Second is that they can withstand the elements, so they can handle excessive heat or cold. We are in Canada after all. If you are going to leave it out all year round, not recommended, but at least in the summer, it's for heat. And it's also, everything is sealed off, so it won't, won't allow insects in or anything like that. That can also damage the integrity of the TV.
I was thinking rain, but then.
And rain. No, you're right. So they actually make TVs. And the third thing was, extra durability for the elements, but also, so you buy a TV, some are for the shade and some are for direct sunlight, which are built a little bit differently. Most people won't be watching TV in direct sunlight, but you may have against the wall of, slightly covered, partially covered. So you would look for that accordingly. So these are bigger TVs. They're extra bright and they're weather resistant. So that's what separates, outdoor TVs from the ones that you would pick up indoors. Yeah, for sure.
So you can sit outside on the patio while Dad's cooking up some burgers, and you can play with your handheld devices, play Nintendo, and you can have your windows being washed on the outside, and you can sit there.
I like how you're tying it all together. That's awesome.
I mean, why not, right?
Exactly.
One other question regarding the lighting system.
Yeah.
Do you know if they change colors, or is it just the white ones for now?
Yeah. So these Brighton hex lights do not change colors. These are a bright white light. Okay. That's by design, but there's no shortage of smart lights that change colors. In fact, I just had a review published yesterday on review.com, popular website for reviews, about a GoV smart light called the GoV Ceiling Light Ultra. It's a 21-inch like large circular light that you would place in a bedroom or in a family room or what have you. And you can change colors, even have designs on it, and even animation. Like it can flow certain ways, you know, for mood. Like if you're feeling it, you can have like, it looks like waves crashing. Or you can draw a design on the gulp app with your fingertip and the design comes to life on the light. Or you can use AI. You could say, hey, create a scene, like a Halloween-ish scary scene, and it'll splash that design on the light and around it too. It's not just a bright light for the room itself, but also splashes it on the ceiling or like surrounding it. So yeah, that's from gulp, G-O-V, like Victor, double E. And yeah, so there are lots of smart lights that have, you know, millions of color combinations and even animation now. It's pretty wild.
So cool. So cool. So kids, take your dads out shopping and then he can decide if he wants a little Nintendo to play in the office or if he wants the fancy lights or the color changing ones. I mean, that's cool too. So awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. Is there anything else you would like to add in before we wrap up?
No, thanks so much, Carrie, for having me. Just wishing all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day, all the dads out there, including my dad, Stan the man. And for anybody graduating this month, congrats to you and the family. And if your listeners, your viewers have any questions for me, they can hit me up on social media. It's Marc Saltzman, Mark with a C, and feel free to ask me tech questions or, you know, I can link to my podcast if they're interested. I link to articles that I write, including a Dads and Grads article last week and that gulp light review. And yeah, and I write tech tips of the day and I post videos from wherever life takes me around the planet as a tech enthusiast. And so, yeah, I'd welcome the follow and please say hi and let me know that you heard me or saw me on Carrie's show.
Awesome. That's so amazing. Thank you so much. And happy Father's Day to you as well, Mark, because I know you will be celebrating that. Yeah, maybe you should let your kids know about the gifts we talked about today. They can add on to your ceiling stuff, right?
I'm gonna say, my office looks like a Best Buy exploded. That is true. But yeah, I love the 5 items, the 6 items we chatted about today. Yeah, my kids know that tech is one thing they probably don't need to buy me, occupational hazard, but just spending time with them is great. 2 out of my 3 kids are home. One's up north in Algonquin Park, Ontario, working, but I'll be seeing him sooner than later. And my other 2 are home. So yeah, it's going to be great. And I'll be spending time with my dad too. But yeah, I appreciate it, Carrie. Thanks so much.
You're so very welcome. And of course, let your wife know as well. Thank you for your time as well today, because I think that's important. Like, you know, she has to also give up her time as well. So tell her thank you as well for that.
Thanks,
so
Gary.
You're very welcome. And with that, I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy and get to relax on Father's Day. And we will see you soon back for another show on your band, I think.
Yeah, you got it. We're going to rock out.
Rock out. Okay, good night. Thank you so very much.
Ciao.
Well, there we have it. Another Connected with Carrie in the books. So cool. So amazing. All these little devices, TVs, lighting. I mean, I want them all. I don't know about you guys. I would love some lighting in my studio. I could use a brand new TV, 115 inch. Could you imagine? I mean, if I had the space for it, I would get like 4 of them. I make a huge giant, like my own movie theater. I think that'd be just so cool, right? But to imagine watch the World Cup on that. Oh, amazing. So everybody, I hope you have a great weekend. Great Father's Day to all the fathers out there for tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. Go shopping. Do all the things. And with that, hope you guys have a great evening. Stay connected. Good night.